Never been afraid to walk away. Left the shadows in yesterday. They thought they owned the lock and key, but I'm the storm they didn't see.
They whispered out behind my back, thought my strength was what I'd lack.
But I've turned scars into a flame. Their doubts just fuel my untamed. Walked away with my head held high, left their chains beneath the sky. They thought I'd crumble, thought I'd fall, but I'm the one who breaks the wall.
I've never been afraid to let it all go. They thought they held the strings of my show, bound by their words, but they don't know. I'm the storm, I'm the fire, I'm the glow.
They thought my roots would never grow in fields where winds of freedom blow, but here I stand, unshaken, bold, a story no one else could hold.
They thought I'd crumble, thought I'd fall, thought I'd be nothing, thought I'd crawl, but I'm the one who stands so tall. I walk away, I take it all.
I'm the echo in the empty halls, the rebel left when silence calls. They thought my song would fade away, but I'm the voice they can't betray.
I've left behind the chains they made. Their whispers tried to make me afraid, but I don't bow, I don't obey. I walk my path, I find my way.
With my head held high, left their chains beneath the sky. They thought I'd crumble, thought I'd fall, but I'm the one who breaks the wall. Every scar, every step, every tear, built my armor, made it clear. I'm unbroken, I'm sincere. I've walked away, I have no fear. Every step I took alone, built a kingdom all my own. No more shadows pulling strings. I am light, I am wings.
I walked away, no chains to bind. I left the past, I cleared my mind. The road was rough, the skies were gray, but I broke free, I found my way.
I walked away, I broke the chain, left behind their endless reign. Tried my best to make it fit, but their world wasn't it. Now I'm free, running strong, I won't look back where I don't belong. Left their weight in the fading dust. Freedom's here and I can trust.
Now I'm free, running strong, I won't look back where I don't belong. Left their weight in the fading dust.
Freedom's
Here and I
lost in songs. I found my voice where I belong. No anchors now, no shadows stay. I face the sun, a brighter day.
They wanted walls, I wanted skies. I couldn't live their tangled lies. Now I'm soaring, winds at play, dancing light in every way.
Now I'm free, running strong. I won't look back where I don't belong. Left their weight in the fading dust. Freedom's here and I can trust.
Now I'm free, running strong. I won't look back where I don't belong. Left their weight in the fading dust. Freedom's here and I can trust.
I'm free, I'm running wild, like the laughter of a child. Free from their weight, I can breathe. This is my time to believe. I'm free, I'm running wild, like the laughter of a child. Free from their weight, I can breathe. This is my time to believe.
For hands to pull me up, I fill my own glass, I drink my own cup. Failures fuel the fire that sets me free. Every spark, every flame burns brighter in me.
I called the shots, but they ran away. Promises made, but none would stay. So I turned the mirror and what did I see? The only one I trust is me.
I stood alone when the world turned gray. Hope shattered like glass, dreams led astray. But I picked up the pieces, carved my own way. Now it's my voice, my game, my play. I'm betting on me, I'm taking the lead. No one else can match my speed. I replace them all, now I'm the key. The world's in my hands, I'm betting on me.
I'm betting on me, I'm taking the lead. No one else can match my speed. I replace them all, now I'm the key. The world's in my hands, I'm betting on me. Tired of waiting for a no-show crew, so I built the dream with my own view. Brick by brick, I carved my lane. Through the storm, through the pain.
I'm betting on me, I'm taking the lead. No one else can match my speed. I replace them all, now I'm the key. The world's in my hands, I'm betting on me.
I'm betting on me, I'm taking the lead. No one else can match my speed. I replace them all, now I'm the key. The world's in my hands, I'm betting on me. They vanish like shadows when the sun appeared. Left me to battle my own darkest fears. But I turned the silence into my cheer. Every loss was a step to get me here.
I'm betting on me, I'm taking the lead. No one else can match my speed. I replace them all, now I'm the key. The world's in my hands, I'm betting on me.
I'm betting on me, I'm taking the lead. No one else can match my speed. I replace them all, now I'm the key. The world's in my hands, I'm betting on me.
Oh, 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 oh.
People walk in like a fleeting breeze. People go like a summer breeze. Whisper through my life, then vanish with ease. I ain't stuck replaying those fading tracks. Eyes on the road, no looking back. I don't care too much about who stays or leaves. Life's a wave I ride, no room for grief. What's ahead is gold, what's gone is dust. Never lean too hard, never break that trust.
They say you need roots, but I'm chasing skies. I'll plant my feet when the moment's right. I'm a rolling stone, not a chain to bind. Freedom in my veins is the state of mind.
They come with words like
Spartans! What is your profession?
Yeah, yeah. I'm the hit you can't ignore. The tap tap at your door. I'm the whisper in your ear. The shout you didn't hear. I'm the spark, I'm the sting. The buzz in my wings. Flying circles round your doubt till you break out. Push and push. Don't stop the fight. I'm the shadow in your light. Every step you think you'll fall. I'm the voice that makes you crawl. Push and push. Climb that hill. I'm the mosquito, unkillable thrill. I'm the pebble in your shoe, the echo chasing you. I'm the twist, I'm the turn, I'm the lesson you won't burn. I'm the nag, I'm the nudge, the grit that won't budge. Building castles from the sand, steady hand.
I'll annoy you to the edge, but I'll never let you fall. I'll be screaming from the ledge. You can have it all.
Push and push, don't stop the fight. I'm the shadow in your light. Every step you think you'll fall. I'm the voice that makes you crawl.
Push and push, climb that hill. I'm the mosquito, unkillable thrill.
I'm the hit you can't ignore. The tap tap at your door. I'm the whisper in your ear. The shout you didn't hear. I'm the spark, I'm the sting. The buzz in my wings. Flying circles round your doubt till you break out. Push and push. Don't stop the fight. I'm the shadow in your light. Every step you think you'll fall. I'm the voice that makes you crawl. Push and push.
Climb that hill. I'm the mosquito, unkillable thrill.
I'm the pebble in your shoe, the echo chasing you. I'm the twist, I'm the turn, I'm the lesson you won't burn. I'm the nag, I'm the nudge, the grit that won't budge. Building castles from the sand, steady hand. I'll annoy you to the edge, but I'll never let you fall. I'll be screaming from the ledge. You can have it all. Push and push, don't stop the fight. I'm the shadow in your light. Every step you think you'll fall. I'm the voice that makes you crawl.
Push and push, climb that hill. I'm the mosquito, unkillable thrill.
I'll be the thorn that makes you bleed, but you'll thank me when you're freed. Call me stubborn, call me mean. I'm the fuel in your machine.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. How is everybody doing tonight? Hopefully everyone is having an amazing, phenomenal night and week. Hopefully your Monday was great. Hopefully your Tuesday is great. I'm looking forward to having a great Wednesday. I am Techo Trav. We are engineered to win. Or like my friends like to say, and the song just said, I do my very, very best to annoy you to success so that you can accomplish all of your goals, your dreams, your desires. I am here to give you that little kick, to be that little thorn in your side. Yep, that's what I'm here for. tonight we are going to be tonight is the last night of my credits for this one account. We're going to be using it on the engineering dashboard to see how far we can get. I was doing some work on it. I'm like having mixed feelings right now about where it's headed. I know it can do what I wanted to do. I had to re-strategize, rethink some things yesterday. I will show you that as well. And we're gonna keep working on it. You know what we do. You know how we do it here, and we'll go from there. I have two questions that I want to answer about QA, about starting automation at a company, and the use of AI in test automation. We're gonna go into that as well. And we'll just be working. We'll just be answering questions. The lines are open to call in as well. I don't have to, because I already used up my 5 credits for the day. I don't have to rush to 8 o'clock. Once 8 o'clock hits, the re-up man is gonna come. We'll use those tokens. We're just gonna do what we do. We're going to have a great every single time around right into the beginning of the video. That's when YouTube wants to act up. My internet connection is perfectly fine. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. Let me just make sure, but I will show you. I'm telling you, this is annoyingly frustrating. I guess YouTube is trying to annoy me to success. I guess let me see what's going on here. Great bit rate. Anyways, if you're seeing an interruption, it is not me. It is YouTube who is acting up. They need to get their act together. They're saying that they're not receiving enough data. I'm sending them plenty of data. Who knows what is going on? But the show must go on. I'm going to run a speed test just to show that it is not me. You know how they say, it's not me, it's you. Yeah, it's not me, it's you, YouTube. This time, it is you. I know when I need to get my act together. It is not me this time. But I will confirm. Let me run my speed test. All right. Anyways, while that's running, so we're going to be doing that tonight. Before we jump into the show, before we get to work, I want to go over some housekeeping really quick. First and foremost, I just want to say a big thank you to all of the subscribers to the channel, those who have been listening for a very long time, and those who are brand new, just subscribing, just finding all the things that we have to offer, all the shows, all the clips, all the videos, all the insight, our vibe code and chill, our live stream for like cybersecurity, our DevOps, our Q&A, all of that. Those who are just coming in, finding out all the value. Thank you so much to those who have been with me for a very long time and they enjoy all the information that we give out over here. Thank you so much to every last one of you. I appreciate you. Big shout out to all of the Tech Coach Ralph Patreon members, my Tech Barbarians, my Tech Project members, my Technical Explorers, all of you guys, those who show up for the Vibe Code and Chill. We had such a great Vibe Code and Chill session this past weekend. I had one of my Tech Barbarians on there with me. We were talking about the Resume Flow app. It was really cool. It showed a demo of it and all that. So we do a lot of work in there. I'll be like every other Saturday. I'm in there for like 2.5 hours, just hanging out with you guys, talking, showing what I'm working on, showing the like different strategies, all that good stuff. So shout out to all of the Tech Coach Ralph Patreon members available at techcoachralph.dev. So I don't want to brag. I mean, I do. You know what? I do want to brag. We are the best.
We the best.
Shout out to my tech mercenaries. Those are the YouTube channel members who allow me to show up on YouTube day in and day out, to allow me to reach the world. I'm telling you, I get comments, I get messages in different languages from people all over the world because we are global. With YouTube's auto dubbing, people can listen to me in like 10, 15 different languages. Some people might say it's a good thing. I say I have a far greater reach to annoy people to success. So thank you to all of the YouTube members of the channel, my tech mercenaries. Let's get it. Like I said, if you want to join us for our Vibe Code and Chill sessions, we can have a conversation. It's a Google Meetup that we do every other Saturday for about 2 hours. Go to techcoachralph.dev. I also upload my sprint reviews as well. I need to do another session updating my resume. Maybe we can demo my resume on Resume Flow, all that good stuff. So anyways, check out techcoachralph.dev. So much value in there. Let's vibe code and chill. Let's vibe code and chill. Real quick announcements. I am not going to be going live tomorrow morning because I have a really, really early morning meeting that I just won't have the ability to live stream and get to that meeting at the same time. So tomorrow morning, no live stream. All right. We do have our software explorations concept and overviews tomorrow at noon Eastern time. We're going to be talking about professionalism and vibe coding. Can the two gel? Can vibe coding and professionalism get along? Tune in tomorrow at noon and we shall find out. My thoughts, my takes with the help of Google Gemini. We're going to go through that, all right? And then we're going to be going live on Thursday. I'll probably be working on the DevOps project because that one is really, really important. I really want to get back to that website scanner, but I do think I need to focus a little bit more on the DevOps project because I do have kind of a deadline for that. So I'll probably be focusing on that one. But that's it. Those are what's coming up for the next couple of days on the Tech Coach Ralph channel. We do a lot. It is what it is. All right. Let me check the chat really, really quick, and then we will get to a little bit of work. All right. So I got my guy in the building, Junior. What's up, Junior? What's good? What's happening? How are you doing? Hopefully you're having an amazing, amazing day. Shout out to my guy, Junior. All right. Okay, so let's jump into our first 20 minutes of work, and then we will answer a question, then another 20 minutes, and then answer another question, and that should take us to a good part of the show. So we got time. I got a lot of credits. I have about, let me see how many credits I have. I have 39 credits, and today is the last day of the month, and I'm going to be getting 5 more credits at 8 p.m. So we have whatever I use till 8 plus 5. All right. So let me get this banner down and we are going to get started with our first 20 minutes. I'm going to throw up 20 minutes. Why not?
It's time to do.
All right. So let's get in our token hit. Let me go over here and switch the screen. All right. So basically, I've been doing a bunch of changes to this application. I was thinking last night that where's my time? Hold on a second. Is it there? Oh yeah, it's there. Cool. So I was thinking last night. Was it last night? Yeah, I was thinking last night, right? So being that we're using OAuth for Jira, because the traditional API method is not working, but we were able to get OAuth to work. But the problem is users would not be able to use the ad. So, all right. So let's say I am not an admin. I'm not connected to OAuth, right? I would not be able to use the admin that's connected to OAuth. So I was like, well, that's not really going to work. So I had to think about it a little bit. And I think I used a couple of the chat feature over here. So let me see if I can find it. I said to we are, let me see. No, not that one. Okay, so I said, I think I realized the flaw in my logic. An authenticated user would not be able to use the OAuth of the admin. Can you suggest, so I just asked, can you suggest the best ways to make this work where any logged in user will be able to see the data when logging in? So of course, you're going to say you're absolutely right. User scoped OAuth tokens cannot be shared across the user. The clean scalable pattern is to separate data collection from data viewing, right? So then it gave me some approaches. The first approach, so recommended approach, organization-wide integration, cached metrics, collect data server-side with org-level credentials, service account, or admin-owned OAuth, store metrics in Supabase tables, and let the authenticated user read those metrics. Keep all credentials and tokens server-side, Supabase secrets /vault, never in the browser, All right. So it recommended this way. This is the way that we tried previously, but for some reason we could not get this way to work using the Jira API token, the email, the base route. We could not get that to work whatsoever. The GitHub personal access token, that one is working, although some queries are not coming in. So I'll have to review that in the future. But the ones that kind of matter right now, they are coming in. So this is the one, admin OAuth mode works but needs care. So this is the one that I kind of have to go with at the moment, just because that's the one that works, right? And then you need a refresh mechanism, manual button, or a scheduler. Scheduler requires a small change because of the current function validates a user context. Alternatively, switch to a service account mode. So we cannot switch to the service account mode. I don't know why that doesn't work. Why this works, the current row level security. So these right here, select allowed the authenticated users. So once metrics are in database, any logged in user can read them. You avoid sharing tokens client side and avoid relying on each end user's OAuth, right? So that's basically what I told it to do. It gave us an architecture. Let me take a look at the architecture. Show diagram, and there is no diagram to show. So I had to go ahead and start doing work. So I also said we're unable to. So I let it know that we were unable to get the Jira email and API key to work to pull data. The only way we were able to get it to work was with OAuth. Can you clearly lay out the plan for using OAuth with admin to store data in the database and use a scheduler that would pull in new data and configurable schedule by the admin? All right. That's what I asked it to do. It says it's gonna do it. Yada yada yada. And basically it did a lot of work, right? It did a lot of work. So now what's the last thing that I asked it to do? So I'm not seeing the changes reflected in the dashboard. Can you check if the UI has implemented the backend changes on the front end? And can we have at the top to know the last time the data was updated, the next update, and how often it gets updated? So it said it did some stuff, right? But I'm not satisfied. I guess that's the best way to put it, right? I'm not satisfied with what I'm seeing. So let me show you what I'm seeing, right? So this is supposed to be the dashboard, but on the dashboard, they're mixing and matching stuff for the admin with stuff that should be on the dashboard. So for instance, you see how this looks like a hot mess? It looks like a hot mess. I have dashboard here. I have GitHub set up. I have Jira. I have alerts. It's just too much. It is just too much. So, I'm going to, and this is not the first time I told it, like, hey, this is messed up. Can you fix it? And it's just. So I'm just gonna take a screenshot of this. I'm gonna try to fix this, right? And I'm gonna say, when I access the dashboard, and I'll tell you this, I'm logged in as an authenticated user that's not an admin, right? And even that one is still it's still showing that way, and it's not supposed to. Oh, I just noticed something. Even as a non-authenticated, so as an authenticated user that's not an admin, I'm still able to see the admin stuff. So something's not right. Let me go take a look at my I might be on the right. So let me go take a look at over here. And if I go over to, let me pull that out. So I'm gonna go to authentication. I go to database tables. Yeah. So if we look at this, right? This user is not an admin. So I have one user that's an admin, one that's just a regular user. But the regular user is able to see the regular user is able to see the admin dashboard, which is not good. Huh. Okay, cool. All right, so that gives me some insight. So we are going to say, let's see, let's see. So we are going to say, when I access the dashboard, and I'll tell you this, I'm logged in as an authenticated user that's not an admin, right? And even that one is still showing that way, and it's not supposed to. Oh, I just noticed something. I just noticed something. So Where do I start? So I'm going to start with when I access the dashboard, I am seeing items that should be configured as part of the it should be configured as part of the it should be configured as part of the admin section, but it is showing as broken up tabs on the dashboard as seen in the picture. Also, when a non-admin user goes to the admin section, and I'll show you over here, right? What is that? Hold on, what's this? Give me a second. Give me a second. Let's go. I don't know why that's showing up. Give me a second. All right, there we go. So what's happening over here is when I go to, oh my God, jeez. When I go to, so here is a non-authenticated user or a non-admin user, and they're able to get to the admin section, which is not good, right? I don't know what it's doing. So we're gonna try to fix that. When a non-admin user goes to the admin section, they are when authenticated. Non-admin user goes to the admin section, they are able to access admin configurations. It seems like the security is broken. Can you make sure non-admin users are not able to access admin sections and that the dashboard doesn't have any tabs to configure what should be configured on the admin. I'm just go with that. I guess it's annoying. Let's try to fix that. While it's doing this thing, shout out to do manage. How are you doing today? Do manage says vibe coding is the future. I'm still debating on that. I am still debating on if vibe coding is the future. Yeah, I'm torn. I'm torn. Some like it is really really good, but sometimes it's just really really painful, right? I don't think what we're building here should be this complicated, and it's just throwing us for like honestly, all this application needs to be is connect to Jira, connect to GitHub, pull in data based on the formula that I give. But it's just acting up. It's just acting up. Honestly, this project right here should be like a 2-day project, right? But whatever. So I fixed security and cleaned up the dashboard. The changes include fixed TypeScript error, clean. There was no issue to fix. Created admin route component to protect admin only section. Updated app.tsx to admin route for the admin path. Cleaned up dashboard.tsx by removing configuration tabs. That should be an admin. Added proper role-based access control, RBC. Non-admin users are now redirected to the dashboard if they try to access the to admin. Right. So now the dashboard only shows overview, alerts, and trend tabs while all configuration is properly secured in admin section. All right. So let's go back over here. Let's refresh this on the non-authenticated user. There we go. And we can select, so on this non-authenticated user, so we have our data fresh, and this is currently inactive. We have our overview, alerts, and trends. I don't know why it switched the order, but I can always fix that on my own. Let me go to here and see what we get. Live data from all projects over the last. So this right here, I already know it's not going to be correct because that's what we're trying to replace. I also don't see any data coming out. So let's go and check now. Let's check the admin section. Let's go here, and let's refresh. All right. So here, I don't know when we did this. Maybe we did this I think we might have did this on Saturday, but we configured to have organization hierarchy management. So basically, our organization is broken down to business units, teams, and then squads. And then we assign particular GitHub repos and projects to a squad, right? Let me see if so something that's not in here yet is let's see. Is the ability to refresh the data. A couple of things are bothering me. Okay, so let's do this. Let's say in the admin, I don't have a way to set the schedule on when the data refresh happens or trigger it manually. Can you add, let me see where I want it to be. I'm just taking you out of section. Can you add a place in the admin where I can trigger a data refresh so the information can be synced to the database and can pull up on the dashboards for non-admin users, for non-admin authenticated users? All right, let's send that off. All right, let's see what we get from here. Let's see, I can see that the way you need to configure the trigger data refresh in the admin section. Looking at your code base, I noticed that you already have admin ingestion panel component and related hooks that provide this functionality, but it's not being displayed in the admin interface. So this admin ingestion panel, that's where they had part of the mistake. They had it showing on the dashboard, which is wrong. So let's see if we can get it on the admin panel. So I've added a new data ingestion tab to your admin interface that includes admin ingestion panel component. This gives you the ability to configure schedules, set time frame, define how many days of historical data you want to fetch. This 180 days is a good number. Select projects. Choose specific. Select projects on that one. Choose specific Jira project keys or leave them empty for all accessible projects. Enable disable, toggle scheduled ingestion, manual trigger, run now, monitor status, see last run time, job ID, and current status. The panel uses your existing OAuth connection to Jira and will sync flow metrics and bug data to the database, which will then be available for all authenticated users on the dashboard. All right, so If we go back, so let me refresh this one because the dashboard should not have this look anymore. All right, we're good on the dashboard over here. This flow metrics part should not be there, I don't believe. So let's go over here and let's refresh the admin data ingestion. So let's say we were to just do a run now. We don't need to schedule. We don't need to enable the ingestion. I think in general, having it run maybe once a day would be good. I don't think the data is that necessary on a regular basis, but we're getting an issue. So let's do run now. Jira ingest. What error are we getting? We're getting ingestion settings not found. What does that mean? All right, so let's say we do save and we run now. Okay, so we just have to, I guess we have to save it first. Now what? So if we go back over here, is that going to do anything? I don't think so. Let's go and take a look at. Let me run that again. Run now. Ingestion okay, ingestion disabled. So enable, but if I say, all right, so if I say enable, save, run now. Now it's taking a little bit longer. I thought if I said run now, but it's not enabled, then it would do something different, but whatever. So now, what if I go over here, refresh? Where is, all right, so where is this data supposed to come into? There should be that's for the cron job.
Lunch break! Lunch break!
Let's see here. I'm gonna look at the database. So if we go to nothing here, something here, something here, nothing there. Configuration, dashboard. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna do one more prompt. All right, one more prompt. I'm going to say. All right, so when and what happened is ingestion happened. It said, okay, Jira defects. I think the name of this needs to change, but whatever. Jira ingest. 3 issues processed for track QA. So this has some data. IPA. So it's getting data, but it's not populating it anywhere. Okay, so this should technically have some data. All right, so we will say, so I'm gonna throw in this last prompt and then we're gonna go to break, right? I'm gonna take this result, copy object. When I do a sync of the ingestion data from Jira, I can see in the network logs that there should be information populating on the dashboard, but it is not. All right. We should at least have issues being counted on the dashboard, but it shows 0. Look at the results from the network call below. And we could say copy URL, and we would put this one. Send that off. And while it's doing its thing, we're going to go to break. We are going to go to break. So, yeah, we're just working on this, trying to see how far we can get by the end of the night. In my mind, it should be super simple. I'm not sure. I think part of the issue that happens is not having a clear direction on how to start. So we're trying to go all over the place by thinking that we could just use straight up the API key. Is what kind of throws us for a loop, because they're like, all right, so we have to use OAuth, with some API calls already exist, some databases already exist. It's a mess. It's a mess. But the goal is to try to clean it up. And so 2 goals: clean it up and get it to work, get it to show data. The other goal is which we're going to be working on Thursday and on Sunday, is getting it into setting up the infrastructure at AWS to get it to be hosted at AWS. We started that this past Sunday. It's going really, really well. We have our Terraform that Manus provided to us. We're going to try to apply that Manus on Thursday night. All right. So that's the goal. I do have a question, a QA question that I wanted to address. Very, very important. I think a lot of people might be you know how they say,
I'm in a bind, Nate.
So we're gonna figure it out together. So I'm gonna go over here and I'm going to say, the question is, I'm gonna share the screen, but it's from Reddit. How to start automation in a organization, QA automation to be specific, right? So I'm gonna share the screen, and I am going to say
another one.
So the question is, how to start automation in an organization. So in my company, we are completely depending on manual testing. Yes, they are. I want to start automation in my organization. How to build automation framework from scratch. Note, I decided to use Playwright, which is perfectly fine. All right. So here's how I'm going to answer this question. Okay. I'm going to throw up 5 minutes on the clock. Where's my, oh my God. All right, let's do this. Give me a second. Let's go to here. And let me fix some things up real quick. Let's go with that. Sometimes you'll try to troubleshoot some stuff because somebody's like, it goes against your better judgment because somebody says, oh, try this, and then you do it, and it is a total nightmare. Messed up a bunch of my settings by trying something out for software that still they haven't fixed yet. Anyways, let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to start the question again. All right, so let's go to
another one.
All right, I'm going to throw 5 minutes up. So, how to start automation in an organization. And I'll read it again. So in my company, we are completely depending on manual testing. I want to start automating in my organization. How to build an automation framework from scratch. Note, I decided to use Playwright. So here is going to be my best advice to you. If your company has zero automation whatsoever and you are the person who's going to be pioneering it, I think that you should not be thinking about the framework first and foremost. My number one advice is always get something working. Get something working out the door right then and there. Even like when I'm coaching people who want to learn how to do automation, what I tell them to do is write the most basic automation test to get started. So you're gonna have one test file, one test automation file, and that test automation file, it is going to say, all right, go to the homepage or start up your whatever is driving your testing, whether it's Playwright, whether it's Selenium, whether it's Cypress, whatever it is. You're going to have the most basic code to start off, right? Because it's going to be easier to start building your framework once you start to refactor. If this is your first, like if you don't have a framework to come into, because Playwright itself is its own framework, but now you can build a framework around the framework of Playwright. So what I would say, my suggestion is always to start writing your automation very basic, very simple. Go to the homepage, click on this button, click on that button, go through the whole flow, right? Once you're done with that, and maybe you have 2 or 3 tests, now you start to refactor. Now you start to do your page object model. So you're like, all right, let's do our homepage and everything that's related to it. Let's do our navigation, everything that's related to it. Let's do our login page, everything that's related to it. Let's do let's say it's e-commerce. Let's do our cart page, everything that's related to it, right? But you start, the very, very first thing that you do, you write a full end-to-end test. The last thing that's on my mind, if I'm starting to automate at a company that doesn't have any automation whatsoever, because guess what? If they knew anything about automation, they would have had it already, because automation is the major game changer. So apparently they don't really know much about automation. So if you're going to be introducing it, start very, very basic so that you can explain exactly what's going on. You might be the only one maintaining it to get started, which is perfectly fine, because it's going to give you the ability to set the foundation. And as you learn more and you start to refactor, you can start to say, okay, this is going to be for the page object. This is going to be for the framework, right? And as you get that framework more built out under this particular project, then you can start looking into extracting that framework so that it can be used again across multiple projects. But for me, the best, the way that I've normally built my frameworks in the past when I go to a company that has no automation whatsoever is I start very, very basic on this one particular project, the highest priority project that we need to automate, right? I start with that. And then I start to get that one working, and I start to extract from there. So now I can call that package into the project, making sure that it works properly, and then I can start offering it to other people. So the key is that you want to start small, start quick, get something working, and then once you have that working, then you can start to do more. I say, especially for people who are learning, who are new, get your very, very first test to work. One file, starting from go to the homepage, finish with close the browser. It does all of that in one single file, and after you can confirm that it can do that, then you start to make it better. The number one goal: you make it work. And then you make it better. That's the art of refactoring. When I'm creating my automated test, I'm taking that test-driven development approach where I get something to work, and then I make it better. You make it work, you make it better. Get my page out. So I would go. My process would be very, very basic tests. Then you go to your page object model where you can have reusable like selectors, elements, stuff like that, where it's going for, all right, so now every test is calling into the homepage object model to like go to the homepage, click on some login button, and then it's going to call into the login page object model where it's going to enter the email address or the username, enter the password, click on the sign in button, and then it's going to take you to maybe a dashboard section. Now you have your dashboard, page object model. You're handling that there, right? Now, once you have all of that done and you have your page object model correct, now you can say, okay, now let me go and optimize the way that I click on elements. Let me go and optimize the way that I do stuff from the dropdown. And that's where you start getting into your framework. That's where the framework starts to come in, where you're optimizing reusable pieces. Where you're saying, okay, let me add this login, like not login, but this logger functionality, so that I can print out console logs, creating these functions, and I can call that into my page object model functions and methods. That so now you end up with a very, very clean test file. But when you first get started, your test file is going to be very, very messy, because it's going to be the same way that this engineering metrics dashboard is super messy. That's how your test is going to be. It's going to be messy because you're trying to figure it out. And then as you go on, you're going to start cleaning it up. It's going to be a lot more robust, and it's going to be something that you can share with other QA engineers at the company. All right. But you definitely want to go away from manual testing, because in the age of AI, that's going out the window. You still need some of it. You kind of need to do both now. There's no such thing as manual only testing. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news.
I was gonna lie to you, but I had to tell the truth. I'm just being honest.
And with that being said, that is that question for the night. All right, so let's go over here and over here. So this is Tech Q&A. Feel free to call in. The call-in lines are open. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. It's also in the description of the video. If you want to have a conversation, I am here to speak to you. But we are working on our engineering metrics dashboard. It's kind of hectic right now, but this is like, I'm here for it. This is the phase of development where you are trying. One of my coworkers, they had a I forgot the name of their conference talk, but it was something like just stop something and just hack, right? And basically that's the phase that we're at right now. We are vibe hack. New term. We are vibe hacking right now. But I'm just trying to see how I can get the necessary data that we need, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so let me go to, let's do this. Boom, boom. All right, so let's jump back into our dashboard as we continue working through this mess for the next hour or so. We're about to get a re-up, actually, so we have 30 seconds. I did, yeah, okay, cool. So let's see. Let me throw up another 20 minutes.
Let's go! Let's go!
Let's see what we have over here. And do me a favor, if you have not tried out Resume Flow yet, go check it out. Go get your free resume analysis. It is going to be comparing it to what the applicant tracking system is looking for, so that you can have a better chance of getting that job interview. And then once you do get that job interview, like you get your resume right, have it do the analysis. Once you have that analysis done, then when you start looking for jobs, you can put in that job description or that job URL, and it's going to tell you, oh, this is how you match up to this job. And if you say, oh wow, I match it pretty good, go ahead and apply. And you can track that whole application process, including when you get that interview offer. You can generate 40 interview questions, 20 based on your resume, 20 based on the job description, so you can get ready for it, practice. There's a lot more features that they're going to be adding to the application. Check it out, resumeflow.app. Sign up today. Get your free resume analysis. And later we'll be hearing from Samantha from Resume Flow to give us some insight on why Resume Flow is Resume Flow. All right, anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at these results. Looking at the network logs, I can see that the Jira ingestion is working and has successfully processed 103 issues from the interview prep assistant and 3 from track QA. However, the dashboard is showing a 0 count, which suggests that there's a disconnect between data being ingested and what's being displayed. Let me examine the issue. The problem appears to be that the dashboard component is trying to fetch Jira projects using the Jira projects table, but the flow metrics data is being stored with the project ID, references that it may not be properly linked to the Jira projects table. Looking at the ingestion function, I can see it's upstarting projects to Jira projects, but there might be a problem with the constraint configuration or the way flow metrics is being queried on the on. So let me go looking for this Jira projects table then. Jira projects. So we have this here. See, this is the problem that I have. I see this table, but it's oh, let me see what this one is. See what I mean? Like this Jira projects table, I don't think it's necessarily right. I don't think you should be using that. GitHub or GitHub Jira, what does that mean? Ingestion. So that's the ingestion. This is bug. Flow metrics. See, it's trying to use this Jira project, and I don't think it should be using Jira projects. All right, let's keep reading. I made several key improvements to fix the issue, fix the Jira ingest function, added proper UID handling to ensure projects are correctly linked, change the upsert config strategy for composite keys to simple issue keys, enhanced. Let me see. The main issue was that the flow metrics was being stored with the project IDs that weren't properly linked to the projects in the Jira projects table. Now the ingestion function ensures that each project exists in the database and uses the UUID when storing metrics. Try running the data ingestion again from the admin panel and you should see metrics properly displayed on the. All right, so I'll try it again. Let's go to here. Let me refresh this page. Let's go to data ingestion. Let's go to clear. Let's go to run. What's good, Rod Brown? How are you doing tonight? Always a pleasure and a blessing to have you here. All right, so now Jira ingest, 0 process projects. What about this one? Oh my God, 0 process projects. What a waste. Okay, so I'm gonna say I think we need to remove the Jira projects table. Is that what it's called? Jira projects table and redo and rethink the way we are capturing the data from Jira. We have a bunch of Jira tables that are not being populated. I just did the Jira ingest and got no data. I'm going to say that. And I'm going to say see, but this defects table, copy response, and we're gonna go over to here. And I'm gonna say, so this defects one, it doesn't make any sense because all I see it doing is getting a list of projects. So I'm gonna say This endpoint for Jira defects is just returning projects. I think we may need to clear out the tables, clear out and remove the tables related to Jira defects and Jira projects and rework how the data is pulling in so that when a refresh is done for the data, all of the Jira fields can be populated. Let's go with that. Let's see what happens with that. All right, I can see the issue. The current Jira data ingestion system is complex and not working properly. Let me help you redesign it with a cleaner approach. First, I need to drop existing Jira tables and recreate them with a simpler, more reliable structure. So we have 41 credits. I really don't think I'm gonna be able to use all of these by tomorrow. Hopefully the rollover actually does work for Lovable. I don't know, but we shall see. Right. So drop the table if it exists. Public Jira flow metrics, cascade, everything that's related to it will drop. Jira bugs, all of these. Jira metric, Jira project defect metrics. What about? Oh, okay. I'm gonna ask it to redo the. I'm gonna ask it to redo the endpoint too for Jira defects. So let's go ahead and. So it's gonna do that. Create a table, Jira issues. Create Jira issues table to store all of them. Okay. Create Jira issue transition table to track status changes. Okay, I guess. Create a computed metrics view for flow metrics. Enable row level security. Create review, approve these SQL commands. All right. So this new structure will simplify data storage, use computed views, better relationships, real-time metrics. Viewers will be able to show current data without needing to separate. Okay. Easier maintenance. All right, let's give it a try. Let's see what happens. But like I said, this is like a vibe hack phase where we are just trying to see how we can get the data to show up and show up in the best possible way. All right, so I'll rewrite the Jira ingestion system to work with a new simplified database structure. This will completely replace the old system with a cleaner, more reliable approach. It's probably going to change the UI too, but that's okay. Let's see. All right. So yeah, because we've tried a few different ways. The best way would have been just passing in the API key and then all the data would have came through, but I really don't know what the deal is with that. So we have to take a more drastic approach, I guess I would call it. It is what it is. Let's take a look at what code is being written. So Jira ingest is going to be doing all of this. All right. Let's see if there's any errors. I've completely rewritten the Jira data ingestion system with a much cleaner and more reliable approach. All Jira data now flows with into 3 tables: Jira projects, project information, Jira issues, Jira issue transition. Computed views, metrics are calculated on the fly using database views, flow metrics, and bug metrics. Better data relationships, clear foreign key relationships ensure data integrity. Real-time metrics don't restore data. Metrics are always. I don't know if that's gonna happen though, because if we have to, all right, we'll see. Of course, there's an error. Not surprised. Okay, looking at the error step by step. Use defect metrics is trying to query a defects metrics table that no longer exists. We replaced it with the bug metrics view. All right, made some fixes. Let's see if it's gonna be done with that. Because sometimes like it'll fix something, but then there's like more things to fix. Yep, like I said, more things to fix. Like when you make these massive changes, it's inevitable that there's gonna be these build issues that need to be fixed. Let's see. Admin.txt component is still using the old Jira project structure with name, description, and Jira project keys, but we've updated the database schema to use project key, project name, cloud ID. All right, so we're fixing that. I can't believe I forgot to push the stream to Twitch and to X. What a major fumble on my end. It happens. I was so excited to get the show started. I'm like, oh man, I forgot to push the Twitch and to X. What can you do? I was like, I'm not gonna stop the YouTube show just to push it to them. So it is what it is. All right, it says the admin component has been updated. Let's see. Still not done yet. Let's see. All I really want is the data to show up. That's all I really want. I just want the data to show up. Once the data actually shows up consistently, like, and it doesn't rely on the a user having to connect to OAuth, then it's going to be once that happens, then we're going to be off to the races. But we just got to get the right data first. Without the right data, there is nothing that we can do. I need to fix the remaining TypeScript errors in the admin.tsx. The errors are occurring because the code is still trying to access old properties like name, description, Jira project keys that don't exist in the new Jira project interface. Line 402 to 405, the table is trying to display project.name, project.description. All right. Yeah, it was a massive change by saying get rid of all these tables, all these functions, and do it over. I'm curious to see how it's going to look though, because sometimes it goes absolutely wild on its changes. All right, I think we're good now. I think we're good. Let's go ahead and moment of truth. Uh-oh. I know why, because let's refresh. Let's go to data ingestion. Run now. Let's see what it comes up with. And let's see if it actually populates the tables as well. All right. So we got 13 projects processed. Let's go to this one. Says 3 issues processed, 3 stored. Let's go to not this one. It's gonna be this one. 100 processed, 100 stored, transition stored, 117. All right. So let's go ahead and look at the dashboard. See if anything shows up over here. All right, so nothing here yet. Let's go and take a look at here. Refresh. Okay, so we got a bunch of all right, so we have data in here. That's good. We have our data in here, so that's a good thing. Bug metrics. Okay. I like it. Dashboard metrics. So okay. So now what just happened here? Refresh. Now, if I look at the console log, or it's a little network log, right? Let's refresh. Let's see what's trying to be pulled up on the dashboard. Because what happened is it'll make the database changes, but it won't do the admin changes. Then it'll make the admin changes, but it won't do the actual dashboard changes. So just gotta see. Let's see, flow metric configuration. Business unit. Teams. All right. Squad Jira. Okay. So I'm going to say I can see the data being pulled into the back end, into the database tables.
Lunch break. Lunch break.
Let's finish this one off and then we'll go to break, right? I can see it being pulled into the database tables for flow metrics and bug metrics. For flow metrics and bug metrics, but I don't see that information being reflected on the dashboard. Can you update the dashboard to use the data stored in those columns? All right, let's go and send that off and we can go to break. And let me say hello to my friend Rod Brown. What's good, Rod Brown? How are you doing today? Hopefully everything is going well with you. All right, we're going to take a quick pause and we are going to we're going to see a little bit of AI video action with Samantha from Resume Flow, telling us about how Resume Flow can and will help.
Hi, I'm Samantha, and I want to start by saying something important. I see you. I see the late nights you've spent perfecting your resume. I see the disappointment when another application disappears into the void. I see the self-doubt creeping in, making you question your worth and your qualifications. And I want you to know that every single feeling you're experiencing is valid and shared by millions of talented professionals just like you. The job market can feel impersonal and discouraging, but your career story deserves to be told in a way that captures attention and opens doors. That's exactly what Resume Flow does. We take your unique experiences, skills, and aspirations and craft them into a compelling narrative that employers can't ignore. You're not just looking for any job. You're looking for the right opportunity that recognizes your value and propels your career forward. With Resume Flow's AI-powered insights and optimization tools, we're going to make sure that opportunity finds you. Your breakthrough moment is closer than you think. Let's create it together.
Shout out to Samantha at Resume Flow. And let me put this back up. Rod Brown says, bruh. Let's put it like this.
Bruh.
I thought Samantha was a real person. Remember? I mean, I remember that question you asked me about a month ago, Rod Brown. Remember that question? Anyways. No, that was a marketing strategist. That's a spokesperson. That is a spokesperson, AI spokesperson for AI product, all of that good stuff. But regardless if she is real or not, the information still stands. Resume Flow is going to help you analyze your resume, get it right, and a lot more features is going to be coming out on resumeflow.app. Check it out today, all right? You just says, really, Rod Brown? Saying. I don't know what to tell you, Junior. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Anyways, let's jump into this other QA question that we have for tonight. Let me see. Let me see what Rob Brown said. Oh, says the way he described it earlier was like, and later I'm going to have Samantha call in and talk about it. No, you're all right. Are you confusing the person that I was talking to on Saturday in our vibe code and chill with Samantha that just played now? Because you might be confusing the two, right? Saturday was a real person that we were having a conversation with. This Samantha is not a real person, all right? Right, I was like, so I was like, oh, okay, cool, a real person calling in from Resume Flow. No, on Saturday we had a real person call in from Resume Flow. That we had a riveting conversation about. Samantha is our AI spokesperson for Resume Flow. Okay. The names are kind of similar though. Now that I think about it, the names are kind of similar, so I can see how that can happen, right? Anyways, let's go and hit up this question, this QA question. Let me see, where is it? It is this one. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and do this real quick. So
Another one.
Using AI for test automation? What? All right, so this one says, let me go over to share the screen. Anyone actually using AI for test automation? What works? My company has been on this AI and testing hype. Yes, a lot of companies are on that hype. They are on that hype. To the point it's now in my KPIs. KPI stands for key performance indicators. They keep asking me what tools should we use, and honestly, I have no clue what's real and what's just hype. I would say that how do you have, I'm guessing, I'm wondering what kind of KPIs would you have in your for AI and testing? Like, what kind of KPIs would you have around that? Okay, so it says, all right, so help me out here. What AI tools are you using for testing? Any solid free / open source ones? if you're paying for a tool, is it really worth it? How do you even start bringing AI into your testing process? Has it actually made your life easier? No, no to sales, please. I'm fine with it failed miserably as well. So I'm going to answer this from, and I'm going to check out what some other comments are on this, but I'm going to answer. I'm answering like this, right? There is not a particular AI tool that I use for automation in particular. I so this is what I have done. If I need a function, I will use Gemini to help me create that function quickly because I could spend 4 hours trying to get that function to work, um, and like doing a bunch of going on Google, saying, okay, how could I do this? Piecing it together, writing out how I want to do it, or knowing that I could figure it out in 4 hours. I could just say, you know what, this is what AI like Gemini. This is what I want to do. Can you give me a function in Python that is going to going to give me that's going to do this for me? I'm going to take that, and I'm going to apply that. And then I'm going to modify it to fit within the framework of my automation. That is it. That is a tool that I use. Gemini is a tool. AI itself is a tool, but that is a tool that I use to help me with my automation when I need a particular function. So one of the functions that I wrote the other day is I need you to, or that I had AI help me write, is I need you to count down to a particular time. So if I say the start time is at 8:30 p.m., right? And I need you to stop at 8:35 p.m. I need you to do a function that'll count down to 8:35 p.m. and then that function takes off. And so it wrote that function for me, and then I put it into the context of my automation, and I made some modifications, did whatever I had to do, and boom, within like so what could have took me like 4 or 5 hours to do, I was able to get it done in like 45 minutes. Had Gemini give me the function, and then I integrated it within the workflow that we have. Um, Also, the ways that I use it is there might be a repository that has really really bad documentation, and I will use that. I will use Gemini to which you can use. You can use ChatGPT, whatever you want. You can use Claude, whatever you want. But I use that to say, all right, I'm not really understanding this documentation. Can you take a look at that documentation and help me simplify what it's actually like? How would I be able to do this with with this repository? Like the documentation isn't the clearest, and it's going to it'll hallucinate sometimes, or it might use some outdated documentation, but it gives me a good starting point, and then I can go and do some more research. I can do some more finessing. I can do more work, but it gives me a good starting point versus if I'm trying to understand some documentation that the authors of those documentation was not clear at all. It does it'll hallucinate a lot better than I can, right? Because I just have to like guess and hope and like try to read, like try to go through the actual code base. What I think Gemini does is it's gonna go through the code base and say, okay, based on what I see in the code base, I think you can do this. And sometimes it'll be right, sometimes it'll be wrong, but it will be a great starting point for me. Let me see other things. I guess this dashboard that we're doing is kind of like quality. It's quality centered, although it's not test automation. But if you can pull in data a lot easier, that is you can build your own tools. I know there is a software for test case management that uses AI called Quace, I believe it's called. Monica, my dear friend Monica, told me about it, and I have one of my tech barbarians using it to learn how to do, how to do QA, how to write test cases, how to use a test case management system. I have tried to use some applications for. So I tried it with Devin. I tried it with Kilo. I tried it with Lovable itself to write unit tests, and it does it's a good start, but it doesn't do that great of a job. I think if you need to start, it'll do a good start, but it's not gonna do the whole it's not gonna be the end all be all. I think that trying to rely on AI for testing is a bit tricky. And the reason being is that you need to have some type of human in the loop at some point. And automation, in a sense, it's not AI, but it takes off the burden of manual testing, and you're able to test a lot more, a lot faster. So I don't think that there is AI has made my life easier, but it is not in the sense of a tool that's going to write your automation for you. But it's made my test automation better and quicker because I'm able to use basic tools like Gemini, which you could probably get away with the free version of Gemini, the free version of ChatGPT, to write these very, very basic functions. But it's able to do that for me, and I'm able to take that code and I'm able to go really, really fast, and is making me a lot more efficient. It's made my life easier and it's made me a lot more efficient in my automation. I don't know if there's any KPIs that are around it. Maybe how many, I don't even like it. I don't like that. I was gonna say maybe how many automation tests you can write in a short amount of time, but I don't like it. I don't like that type of KPI. So it's kind of like the wild wild west out there right now. I know that they have QA tools with automation that are coming. I think they're gonna have to be the same way that these engineering platforms are very, very scrutinized for how they do. Like, Devon is heavily scrutinized, Kirsch is heavily scrutinized, Copilot is very scrutinized, Lovable is very, very scrutinized. I think there's gonna be the same level of scrutinization versus QA, because guess what? You can get away with vibe coding because you have automation, you have testers to check it, and then they go back and fix it. But if you try to AI away function, like making sure that things are functional, it is gonna be rough. It is gonna be rough, right? But those are my thoughts. I don't know. I haven't came across a good AI QA automation tool as of yet, but I'm sure it's coming. I am sure that it is coming. All right, let me see what we got going on in the chat. I see some amazing, amazing people in the chat tonight. Let me see. First and foremost, let me say a goodbye to my guy, Junior. Junior, you have an amazing, amazing Bible study. Shout out to my guy, Junior. I will see you tomorrow in the chat for our software explorations, talking about professionalism and vibe coding. And I will see you on Rod Brown's live stream tomorrow night at 8:45-ish, 9 p.m. Hopefully, Rod Brown does not have a power outage again, because that was weird last time.
Bruh.
As soon as Rod Brown said, "Can you hear me? Can you hear me?" Then boom, power outage. I'm like, oh, come on, not this. Everything was going so well, and then he had a power outage. It was crazy. It was crazy.
They ain't believing us.
Let me see. We got my guy David Yeti in the building. What's up, David Yeti? How is it going? Hopefully everything is going well with you. I've been seeing your messages in the Bag Teachers Discord, and shout out to you getting your certs, running it up. Keep up the good work. Let me see. All right, cool. So what time is it? Let's get one more segment underway as we continue working on our metrics dashboard. And by the way, before we go on, it was David Yeti that I worked with about maybe 2 vibe code and chill sessions ago, where we came up with a prototype for a sales development representative type dashboard. It was really cool stuff. But that's what we do. That's what we do in the Tech Coach Ralph Patreon and our vibe code and chill sessions. We work together. We come up with prototypes. We ask questions. Really engaging questions to help us level up in our tech game. So we do a lot of stuff. Every other Saturday, vibe code and chill. Spend about 2 hours. I'm burning through some tokens, answering your questions, hanging out with you guys. If somebody says, "Oh, can we try to build a prototype?" Like, absolutely, let's build a prototype. And if it hits, maybe we can work on it together. That's how I see it. All right, that is how I see it. But I'm going to throw up our last 20 minutes on the clock for tonight.
It's time to do.
And we're going to go back over to here and let's see what we got. So I had asked it to pull in the data. It says I can see that you have data in flow metrics and bug metrics table, but the dashboard components are currently using OAuth to fetch data directly from Jira instead of using stored data. Let me update the dashboard to use stored data from these tables. I've updated the dashboard to use stored data from your flow metrics and bug metrics table instead of fetching directly from Jira via OAuth. Here's what I've implemented. New hooks use store flow metrics. New component stored flow metrics updated dashboard to include new stored flow metrics, new metrics component. All metrics are calculated from the data you've ingested into the flow metrics and bug metrics table, and the components will respect any project filtering you have configured. All right, so let's go back and refresh our dashboard, and let's keep our fingers crossed. All right, let's see what we got. Why is it showing data without me selecting a business unit? Look, oh my goodness. Look, I like big data and I cannot lie. I'm just saying, look at that. That's beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. So data freshness live from stored database. Let's see, total defects, open defect, escape. What's an escape defect? Oh, escape found in production. Timing metrics. Let's see, average lead time. Let's see, flow and cycle. So I think this can be okay for now. Well, no, not yet. Let's go ahead. Let me go ahead and get rid of this for now, right? Let's go here and let's go here, or not there. Let's go to dashboard configuration. Let me refresh this page. Say we trash this. I don't know if this still works. Let's see if I do that. I don't think this still works actually. Let me refresh this page now. $99 issues created in the last 30 days. If I drill down to squad, let me take a look at this over here. Alpha, alpha, alpha. It still shows all of this information. Dynamic dashboard, Jira keys. I mean, I guess that project. Let me check my configuration. I'm trying to see I'm trying to see how the data is coming through. Right, squad assignments. This one gets here. So if I go here, I shouldn't get any data, right? Let's go to. You see, this still shows up. So what I'm going to ask is, can the Jira metrics be based off the Jira project assigned to the squad? Can the can the Jira metrics be filtered by the Jira projects that are assigned to a particular squad, team, organization? That's my prop, right? Okay, so I can see the data from Jira on the dashboard, but it seems like it's just displaying all of the information. Let me check this as well. So let's say this is flow metrics, and does it have the project that it's assigned to? Lead time in hours. Okay, so it has a project UUID. Okay, yeah, because okay, so and if I go to squads, beta squad does not have an assignment. Alpha squad. So where does it have squad okay, squad Jira projects, an ID assigned to, okay, so we have that. So okay. So now we shall say can the Jira can the dashboard filter out the can the dashboard filter out the Jira data based on the squad, team, or business unit that is selected? On the business unit that is selected, if we look at the table, the table has the squad to Jira project assignment. Although, okay, yeah, that's good. But then if we look at flow metrics, project UID. Okay, it has a one thing to take into consideration is that the uses the project key while the flow metrics table and bug metrics table, the flow metrics and bug metrics table use the project UUID for the Jira project. So if we look here, so we have a little bit of a distinction in this, right? So we're gonna say I'm gonna send that and see what it can do. We have left. Let's go and do that. Let's see what we get. Dealing with data is tough because making sure we get the right data in the right place at the right time So the dashboard needs to filter stored Jira data based on the organizational hierarchy selection, but there's a mismatch between how the data is linked. The squad Jira projects use the Jira project key, while the flow metrics and bug metrics use the project UID. Let me update the hooks to properly filter the data based on the hierarchy selection by joining the Jira projects table to map between project keys and UUID. So if that works, then when we go to the dashboard and we start to filter, it should say, all right, this for this squad is this information, for that squad is that information. So for the beta squad, there should be no data showing up. For the alpha squad, there should be a bunch of data showing up. And that's just according to what we're pulling in from Jira. And then the goal would be to have this data running on a cron job running on a cron job. So you can say it every morning, every hour, every twice a day, whatever you wanted to do to pull in the latest Jira information and GitHub information. All right, updated the dashboard to properly filter Jira data. Okay, ensure when you select a squad, team, or business unit, the dashboard will only show Jira metrics that belong to that organization unit. So let's go ahead and try that out. We're gonna refresh. Let me close this out for now. Refresh the dashboard. Data freshness error. We got an error? What? Let me take a look at what's causing the error. Last update 8:15. That sounds fine. Next, you see the next update is going to be tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. All right, so let's see here. We have data here. Let's go to select a business unit. Let me select beta business unit, right? And let's see what happens with the stored metrics. It should show up 0. What's going on here? Project key, insufficient resources. What does that mean? Network. All right, let's stop. It's going crazy. All right, let's go take a look at our edge functions. Take a look at Jira metrics, logs. No logs, okay, I guess it's not that one. Jira ingest, logs. Now that 8:15, okay, let's go to what is running? All right, so this goes to REST v1 bug metrics. All right, let me see what that is. Where's the bug metrics? I guess it's querying it directly. All right, so let's say this. Response. Copy URL. So we'll say, can we put these two requests in an edge function as it was trying to query data after I changed business units? It kept trying to hit the endpoint and causing an issue. Let's say this one, and I'm going to say, I am going to say this one too. And I'm going to say console log go to let's go to console, and we're going to go and take all this right here. All right, let's paste that in here. Send that off and see what we get. Not too worried about those security issues right now, because as we start to like get closer to the end, then we can address all those security issues. All right, let's see what we got. I'll create an edge function to handle these database queries and prevent client-side resource exhaustion issue you're experiencing. This will move the heavy database operations to the server side. Created the functions. I created an edge function called stored metrics that handles both flow and bug metrics queries on the server side. You should resolve this. All right, so if we go back over here and we refresh, clear that out. What? Hold on. Okay. And if we, interesting, I got 98 now. So if I switch to here, interesting. Network. Wait, what? Is it still trying to use it? All right, hold on. Let me try that one more time. Let's go here. Clear that out. Refresh. It said it did it, and that's like it says it does something, but sometimes it doesn't. Let's go to alpha. Oh, it should be recording. Okay. Stored metrics. Stop. So now I can actually go to my edge function, stored metrics, see what the error is. It looks like it's getting data. So when I go to, I can see the new function for stored metrics capturing data, but when I switch a business unit, organization, or when I select or squad or team or squad, it keeps pinging the stored metrics endpoint, causing the page never to load. I guess, I guess. I can see the data.
Lunch break, lunch break.
But it's not filtering though. I can see data in the logs, but it is not filtering, and it consistently keeps making requests. Let me copy this. From Supabase edge function logs, we are going to say I see this. Send that off. All right. After this one, we will wrap up the show. Let's see what we can get. Probably do a little bit more work on this to see how much I can use between now and tonight before the refresh happens tomorrow. But we had like about 90 credits at the beginning of last weekend, and now we're down to 36. So we did a good chunk in the past week and a half. The problem is the hooks are causing infinite re-render because selected project keys dependency array keeps changing, and the use hierarchical metrics hook is being called on every render. Let me fix this by adding proper memoization. Robert, have you ever heard of memoization? I never heard of that one before. What is memoization and dependency management? Let me see what is memoization. What is memoization? Memoization is the optimization technique used in computer programming to speed up computations by storing the results of expensive function calls and returning the cache results when the same input occurs. This technique is particularly useful for functions that exhibit referential transparency. The function always produces the same output for the same input with no side effects, overlapping subproblems. The function is called repeatedly with the same input value during its execution, often seen in recursive algorithms like the Fibonacci sequence calculation. Shout out to the Fibonacci sequence. Shout out to memoization. All right, let's see here. I fixed the infinite re-render, added proper memoization to prevent unnecessary API calls when project keys or array references changed. This should stop continuous API calls and allow the filtering to work properly when you select different business units, teams, or squads. Okay, let's try it again. Uh-oh. It had, kind of froze the browser. All right, let's refresh. Let's see what happens. Inspect. Let's switch to this one. Okay. So I switched and I still see this data. It should have filtered. Let me see if I drill down a little bit more. Beta business unit. See, it's still showing all the data. Let me see, refresh data. All right, so I'll throw in one more. Let's do one more. when I am switching business units, teams and squads that are not assigned for a particular Jira project, I am seeing all the same data remain for the Jira data that is pulled in. It is not filtering. It is not filtering based on the Jira project that the squad is assigned to. Let's go with that one. And after this one is done, we will wrap it up for tonight. Making progress. We're making progress. I can see the issue. The edge function is receiving selected project ID, project keys of empty array in the logs, which means it's not filtering data at all. The problem is that the hierarchical selection isn't being properly passed through to determine the current project keys for filtering. Looking at the logs, stored metrics request, metric type all, time frame 30, selected project keys, empty array, and the user. Selected project key is empty, so no filtering is happening. Let me fix this by ensuring the hierarchical project keys are properly passed to the edge function. The issue was that the effective project keys weren't being properly passed. Update the edge functions to properly handle the project key parameters and log when filtering is applied. Add a use callback. Fix the project key parameter. So this one's to both hooks to prevent unnecessary rerun. Okay, got that. All right, let's try this last one. I'll keep playing with it tonight. I already have everything for tomorrow already scheduled, so I have some time tonight to look into this. Let's see. Let's go ahead and go to here. Still there. I don't see a filter happening at all. So if I go to, all right, let me see if I clear this out and I go to team, this one. So here's what I see. When I do a filter, oh wait, this went to 95. That went to 95. So what if I was to choose the beta team? That goes back to 98. But beta team isn't assigned to those projects. Why is alpha team 95, but beta team? Is it because let me see something. Stored metrics. 98 here. 9 here. 95 here. If I go to the, oh wait a second, squad, alpha, 98 for alpha squad, which doesn't make sense per se. Well, kind of. If I change to a different squad, beta squad. Okay. That's what I wanted to see. Why did the, so if I switch to C squad, I should, so why is C squad getting data? Alpha Squad is getting 95. So let me check my configuration then. So organizations, C Squad isn't assigned to any project. Does that mean that they're getting everything? So what if I did this? Let me see if I do this for C Squad, this for C Squad, and Beta Squad. Got this, got that. Okay. So now if I go, if I go and refresh this, and I choose Squad, Alpha Business Unit, I see Beta Team. That's probably because these aren't assigned to anything. But if I say Alpha Team, C Squad, okay, that's because, so when it's not assigned to anything, it's going to take everything. So we should say if a squad is not assigned, or if a squad is not assigned to any projects, so if a squad is not assigned to any projects, instead of taking all projects, treat it as no projects. So there must be an assignment for it to be considered. All right. So anyways, I'm going to play with that some more. We'll talk about it next time. Probably maybe Thursday. We're going to use up some of our tokens. We'll talk about it, and I'll let you know what progress that I have made. But that's going to be it for tonight. That is going to be it for tonight. We're working it out. We are working it out. Do me a favor. Check out resumeflow.app. Go get your free resume analysis. My guy, David Yeti, he was one of the people who tried out Resume Flow as it was being built. And he found out, he can tell you himself, but he found out that the format that his resume was being sent and being processed through these applicant tracking systems as a PDF was messing up. And he said, you know what, if it was not for Resume Flow, I would have been applying for a bunch of jobs that I would have had no chance of getting because my resume was corrupt. Already changing career trajectories. So check it out, resumeflow.app. Get your free resume analysis, get your free job analysis, and have it track your whole application process from the very, very beginning all the way to the very, very end once you accept that offer. I'm going to wrap it up. If you have not done so already, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live, and drop new content as well. TechCoachRap.dev. We have a sprint review coming up this coming weekend. I'm supposed to drop the Vibe Code and Chill today. I'm going to drop it tomorrow. Check out the recording of the Vibe Code and Chill. We had a very, very riveting conversation with the product owner and QA engineer from Resume Flow, telling us how the idea came into conception, all the work that went into it, playing the dual role of a product owner and a QA engineer. So much insight, so much technical insight, so much logical insight. Great conversation. We were also working on this engineering dashboard over the weekend. Check it out. I'm going to be uploading it. I'm going to do my best to upload it tomorrow. If it's not tomorrow, it'll definitely be by Thursday. But then this coming weekend, we have a review that'll be uploaded next week. So we are constantly working. I am showing you how the tech world works and how you can get into creating your own applications, your own SaaS products, where you can start offering products, offering services to companies who need things. The way that I see it, the way that I show you how I create my prompts, right? What problem do I have? What problem am I trying to solve? And we go ahead and write a prompt for that, and then we go from there, right? Check us out, Vibe Code and Chill. Not this weekend, but the following weekend. Come hang out with us. My guy David is there sometimes. Rod Brown is there sometimes. Junior is always there. My guy Junior always there, giving insight, sharing knowledge with him, all of that good stuff. So check us out. TechCoachRap.dev. Sign up today. But that's it. That's all that I got. Let me check. Let me just say goodbye to the people in the chat. We got David Getty said, I appreciate you, David.
I appreciate you.
My guy Rod Brown. Remember, Rod Brown is going live tomorrow night. I'm guessing it's around 8:45, 9 p.m. Great content creator. Really good. Check him. I'll be there in the chat. Maybe he'll bring me up onto the stream. Probably not a good idea. You know what? Scratch Rod Brown. Scratch that. Protect your channel, because you know me. You might ask me a question, and I might say, depend on how the large language model looks. I like large language models, and I cannot lie. That doesn't sound good. That doesn't flow. Anyways, that's it. We're gonna wrap it up. I'm going to play the song that was inspired by my guy Rod Brown on our way out. Annoying to success. That is the song. Let's get out of here. Get this off. Techotrouf, we are out. So, hold on.
Spartans! What is your profession?
I'm the hit you can't ignore. The tap at your door. I'm the whisper in your ear. The shout you didn't hear. I'm the spark, I'm the sting. The buzz in my wings. Flying circles round your doubt till you break out. Push and push. Don't stop the fight. I'm the shadow in your light. Every step you think you'll fall. I'm the voice that makes you crawl. Push and push. Climb that hill. I'm the mosquito, unkillable thrill. I'm the pebble in your shoe. The echo chasing you. I'm the twist, I'm the turn. I'm the lesson you won't burn. I'm the nag, I'm the nudge. The grit that won't budge. Building castles from the sand. Steady hand.
I'll annoy you to the edge, but I'll never let you fall. I'll be screaming from the ledge. You can have it all.
Push and push. Don't stop the fight. I'm the shadow in your light. Every step you think you'll fall. I'm the voice that makes you crawl.
Push and push, climb that hill. I'm the mosquito, unkillable thrill.
I'm the hit you can't ignore. The tap at your door. I'm the whisper in your ear. The shout you didn't hear. I'm the spark, I'm the sting. The buzz in my wings. Flying circles round your doubt till you break out. Push and push. Don't stop the fight. I'm the shadow in your light. Every step you think you'll fall. I'm the voice that makes you crawl. Push and push.
Climb that hill. I'm the mosquito, unkillable thrill.
I'm the pebble in your shoe, the echo chasing you. I'm the twist, I'm the turn. I'm the lesson you won't burn. I'm the nag, I'm the nudge. The grit that won't budge. Building castles from the sand. Steady hand. I'll annoy you to the edge, but I'll never let you fall. I'll be screaming from the ledge. You can have it all. Push and push. Don't stop the fight. I'm the shadow in your light. Every step you think you'll fall. I'm the voice that makes you crawl.
Push and push, climb that hill. I'm the mosquito, unkillable thrill.
I'll be the thorn that makes you bleed, but you'll thank me when you're freed. Call me stubborn, call me mean. I'm the fuel in your machine.